Hi friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we have to discuss about one of the most important problem in C programming and data structures is towers of Hanei problem. This problem can be solved by using a recursion concept. In the previous video, we are already discussed about how to find out the grade of a student in C programming, and second program, how to calculate the electricity bill preparation. So if anybody wants these two programs, please refer that two videos in my YouTube channel, Divvela Srinivas Rao. Now in this video we have to discuss about what is towers of Hanei problem and what is the main objective of towers of Hanei problem. Towers of Hanei problem is a mathematical puzzle problem. In that problem, so there are three poles are there, pole A, pole B and pole C. Three discs are there, third disc, second disc and first disc. Our main objective is to transfer these three discs from pole A to pole C. Okay, here to transfer or move these three discs from pole A to pole C, it obeys the three rules. First rule is at a time only one disc can be moved. Okay, so to move only one disc from one pole to another pole. Second rule is larger disc cannot be placed on the smaller disc. Okay, among the three discs, disc 3 has the largest weight and disc 1 is the smallest weight and disc 2 is the average weight. So largest weighted disc cannot be placed on the smallest weight disc. Okay, this is the second rule. The third rule is to move the disc from one pole to another pole, it must be on the top of the stack. Okay, here three discs can be placed on a stack in a pole A. Among the three discs, first disc is there on the top of the stack and the third disc is there on the bottom of the stack. To move any disc among the three discs, it must be there on the top of the stack. At that time only the disc can be moved. Okay, next, how many number of moves are required to transfer or move these three discs from pole A to pole C? Suppose n is the number of discs. How many number of discs are there on pole A? That is 3 discs. So how many number of moves required to transfer these 3 discs from pole A to pole C is 2 power n minus 1. So that is 2 power 3 minus 1, that is 8 minus 1, that is equal to 7 moves are required. Okay, among the 7 moves, first 3 moves are required to transfer n minus 1 disc from pole A to intermediate pole, that is pole B. Okay, n minus 1 disc can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay, so here pole A is the source pole. 3 discs can be placed on pole A. What is the intermediate disc? Intermediate disc is B. Okay, what is the target disc? What is the target pole? That is pole C. Now first step is n minus 1 disc can be moved from pole A to pole B. Here pole B is the intermediate pole, pole A is the source pole. N minus 1 means 3 minus 1, that is 2. Two discs can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay. Next, after that, remaining disc can be moved from pole A to pole C. Okay. N minus 1 disc can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay. N minus 1 means 3 minus 1, that is 2. Two discs can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay. To move two discs from pole A to pole B, we require 3 steps. That is first step, second step and third step. After completing third step, N minus 1 disc can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay. On pole B, N minus 1 discs are there. So that is 2 discs are there on pole B. For that purpose, 3 steps are required. 3 steps are required. In the fourth step, third disc can be moved from pole A to pole C. Okay. Next. So after completing 4 steps, the remaining 3 steps are there. In the remaining 3 steps, N minus 1 disc can pole B to pole C can be transferred. Okay. N minus 1 discs on pole B can be moved to pole C. That can take 3 steps. Okay. So first 3 steps are required to transfer N minus 1 discs from pole A to pole B. Next step, fourth step is to transfer remaining disc on pole A to pole C. Next, remaining 3 steps to transfer or move N minus 1 discs on pole B to pole C. So now, 3 plus 1 plus 3, that is total 7 steps. After completing 7 steps, okay, all the discs on pole A can be moved to destination pole, that is a pole C. Okay. So what are the moves are required? Okay. In the first step, first disc can be moved from pole A to pole C. Okay. After moving the first disc from pole A to pole C, this is the diagram. In the second step, second disc can be moved from pole A to pole B. Okay. After completing the second step, okay, second disc can be placed on pole B, first disc can be placed on pole C, and only one disc is there on pole A. Next, in the third step, first disc can be moved from pole C to pole B. Okay, here first disc has the lowest weight and compare it to the second disc. So, condition is satisfied. After completing 3 steps, N minus 1 disc, that means 2 discs can be placed on pole B. Okay, 1 disc can be placed on pole A. Now, in the fourth step, disc 3 can be moved from pole A to pole C. Okay, next. In the fifth step, we have to move first disc from pole B to pole A. Okay, after completing fifth step, okay, on pole A, first disc is there, on pole B, second disc is there, on pole C, third disc is there. Next one, in the sixth step, second disc on pole B can be moved to pole C. Okay, so second disc is the lowest weight when compared to the third disc. Condition is satisfied. Okay, in the last step, first disc on pole A can be moved to pole C. Okay, so here on the third disc, second disc is placed, on the second disc, first disc is placed. Okay, so our objective is completed. Okay, we have to move 3 discs on pole A can be moved to pole C. So our objective is fulfilled. Okay, so at a time only 1 disc can be moved. The condition is satisfied. Largest disc cannot be placed on the smallest disc. This condition is also satisfied. To move at a time only 1 disc, the disk must be on the top of the stack. This condition is also satisfied. This problem can be solved by using a recursion. Okay, in that recursion, okay, 3 steps are there. In the first 3 steps, we have to transfer the n-1 disk from pole A to pole B. In the 4th step, the remaining disk on pole A can be moved from pole A to pole C. Last 3 steps to transfer the n-1 disk from pole B to pole C. Okay, after completing 7 steps, so our objective is fulfilled. 3 disks on pole C is there. Okay. The logic of the towers of Hanai problem is explained in previous. Now we can see the implementation of towers of Hanai problem. First, we have to include 2 header files to our program. Hash include stdio.h. Second one, hash include conio.h. Next one is, this line is called as the function prototype. This line tells to the compiler, this is the function I am using in this program. Here, return type is void, function name is towers. These are the parameters we are passing. Okay, so 4 parameters we are passing to the function towers. Among the 4 parameters, 3 are characters, character type, and 1 is integer type. Next one, every C program starts its execution with the main function. Main function does not return anything, so that we have to write void before the main function. Void is an empty data type. Next one, I am taking variable n can be declared as integers. N is nothing but number of disks. Okay. Next one, CLR SCR, clear screen function. This function is available in the header file called hash include conio.h. So that we have to include this header file to our program. Next, printf, enter the number of disks. The number of disks can be read from the keyboard by using scanf function. Okay, how many number of disks we are entering, that number can be stored in the variable n. Next one, printf, sequence of moves involved in the towers of Hanai are. This statement as it is printed in the output screen. Now this is called as calling function. So function name is towers and the parameters are 4 parameters. First parameter is n. N is nothing but number of disks. Okay. Next one, here this is a pole A and this is a pole C and this is a pole B. Now we have to move n number of disks from pole A to pole C through intermediate tower B. Okay, here A is nothing but source tower and C is nothing but destination tower and B is nothing but intermediate or auxiliary tower. Okay, we have to move n number of disks from pole A to pole C through intermediate tower B. Okay, so this is the calling function. Whenever a function is calling in the main program, the control transfer from calling function to called function. So called function is there before the main after the main function. Okay, so this is the called function. So the called function name is towers and n is nothing but int n. So char A value can be copied into from pole and C value can be copied into to pole and B value can be copied into auxiliary pole. Okay, so here these parameters are called as formal parameters. The parameters within the called function are called as formal parameters. The formal parameters are n, from pole, to pole, auxiliary pole. Here actual parameters are n, a, c, b. The parameters that are put in the calling function is called as actual parameters. The parameters exist in the called function are called as formal parameters. So n value is copied into this n value, a value is copied into from pole value, c value is copied into to pole value, and b value can be copied into auxiliary pole value. Okay, so the values of the actual parameters are copied into formal parameters whenever the program control can be transferred from calling function to called function. Okay, next one. If n equal to 1, suppose the number of disks are only one disk on pole A. So if the condition is true, then so printf move disk 1 from pole to pole. Okay, so on pole A only one disk is there. That disk can be directly moved from pole to pole. So from pole is the A pole and to pole is the C pole. Okay, A pole is the source pole and C pole is the target pole. So if the number of disks is equal to 1, directly we have to move that disk 1 from pole A to pole C. That means return nothing. Suppose if the number of disks are more than 1, this condition is failed. If this condition is failed, then the control goes to the next statement after the if block. So that is control goes to the else block. In the else block, so here first recursive statement is towers of n minus 1 comma from pole comma auxiliary pole comma to pole. So in this recursive statement, the source pole is A. Okay, so destination pole is auxiliary pole, that is B. Now to pole is pole C. By using pole C as intermediate pole, we have to move n minus 1 disk from pole A to pole B. Okay. The first 3 steps, total how many steps we are getting? Total 7 steps are required to transfer 3 disks from pole A to pole C. Okay, among the 7 steps, first 3 steps represented by using this recursive statements. Towers of n minus 1 comma from pole comma auxiliary pole comma to pole. First n minus 1 disk can be moved from pole to auxiliary pole, that by using the intermediate pole called as to pole. Okay, so after that the 4th step represents printf move disk %d from pole to pole. So in the 4th step, the 3rd disk on the pole A can be moved from pole A to pole C. Okay, next recursive statement, towers n minus 1 comma auxiliary pole comma to pole comma from pole. In this statement, okay, the last 3 steps can be done. That means the disk that are exist on the auxiliary pole can be moved from to pole by using from pole. Okay, by using from pole, we have to move n minus 1 disk from auxiliary pole to pole. Now we have to save that program. Now we have to compile the program. We are getting 0 warnings and 0 errors. Press enter. and we have to run the program. In the output screen, it can ask how many number of disks. So 3 disks are there. So sequence of moves involved in the towers of Hanoi are, okay, total 7 steps can be done. So in the output screen, it can ask enter the number of disks. I am entering 3 from the keyboard. After entering number of disks is equal to 3, how many number of sequence of steps involved in the towers of Hanoi problem? 2 power 3 minus 1. That is a total 2 power 3 is 8. 8 minus 1, that is the 7 steps. So these are the 7 steps involved in the towers of Hanoi problem. First 3 steps are represented by the first recursive statement in the program. Next step is represented by the middle between the 2 recursive statement, middle step between the 2 recursive statements. Last 3 steps represented by the last recursive statement in the program. In the first 3 steps, n minus 1 number of disks can be moved from pole A to pole B. Fourth step, the remaining disk on pole A can be moved from pole A to pole C. Last 3 steps represents the remaining n minus 1 disks on pole B can be moved to pole C. Okay, so these are the 7 steps. First 3 steps are represented by first recursive statement. Last 3 steps are represented by second recursive statement. Middle step, okay, that is fourth step represented by the middle step between the 2 recursive statements in the program. Okay, thank you one and all for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on the like button and share this video to your friends and classmates. Thank you one and all for watching this video.